have a hard week. I thought I
Okay.
it's something that I don't know how to say that in English because it was hard for me to explain that. My
Yes.
dog was very bad at talking about health, so
Yes, I
we
remember you told me.
almost sleep her,
Okay.
but I'm not sure
Yes.
how I should say that.
Yes, it's similar to spines. Okay, we almost put my because I almost put my dog to sleep,
Okay,
or
I always pull my dog to sleep.
I all
Okay,
exactly yes.
well,
Okay,
but
then
at
yes,
the end
I
when
I
we went to the
remember.
bed,
Yes.
yeah, at the end when we went to the bed, it was last Thursday because we thought that we need to put her to bed.
Okay.
Uh, she got a like an emergency surgery. It was like the bed detect the issue, and right now uh, I'm just taking care of the dog. So, but last week it was a headache. I got my dog sick, and I need to clean a lot of things. And my daughter also got sick, so it was a headache.
Okay. 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 So it was like a really, really busy and crazy week, right?
Last week, yes. Right now we are more relaxed.
Very good, Daniel. How you pay, Daniel? Better?
Sorry? Yeah, it is better. She's resting all the day, and
Very good.
well, she's showing good improvements. She's eating, so and
Oh, that's good. Okay, excellent, Daniel. Very good. Excellent. Welcome, Jorge. Welcome, Jorge. How are you, Jorge? Fine.
Hello. Yeah, I'm good. Thanks for
Welcome, Jorge.
asking. I'm really
Excellent.
multitasking right now.
Oh, well, I think all the Lloyd employees, okay? Okay, Jorge, tell us, how are you day today, Jorge?
It was great. I think a lot of stuff just to get ready to find it because next week we will have a visit from US, so I'm happy to manage all the logistic here in the office in Querétaro.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. So
Yeah,
it sounds like you're really busy, Jorge.
yeah,
Very good,
yeah,
Jorge.
a
Good,
bit.
okay. A bit. Good, okay. What about Gabi? Hello, Gabi. What's up, Gabi? How are you, Gabi?
Hello, hello. I'm good, thank you.
Welcome, Gabi. Welcome to the class. So, Gabi, tell us, Gabi, how was your day today, Gabi?
My day today was good.
Good.
Was really
Excellent,
well,
Gabi.
kinda. Mhm.
Busy.
Yes, as
Oh,
always.
very good. So, yes, yes, Gabi, that is true. It's true. Okay, good, good, Gabi. Okay, Gabi, and how are things there? Better?
Yeah, I think so.
Like, yes, a baby, exactly, Gabi.
I was
Very good,
laughing
Gabi.
because of that.
Welcome to the class. Okay, welcome. Very good. Excellent, Gabi.
Yeah.
Okay, hello, Rudy. Welcome, Rudy. How are you, Rudy? Fine, Rudy?
Hey, hello. Yeah, I'm fine. Thank you. What about you?
Welcome, Rudy. Rudy, tell us, Rudy. How was your day today, Rudy?
Oh, I have to say that today was a normal day and just working on my development and all those things.
Very good, Rudy. Okay, okay. But was it stressing, relaxing,
I have to say relaxing. Yeah.
relaxing? Very good, Rudy. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, so let me take your attention. So here is Daniel, here is Rudy, here is Gabby, and it's Miss. Very good. Okay, I think it's missing Daniel. Daniel, okay. Jorge, very good. Jorge Manuel, very good. Okay, okay, my boys, very good. So I'm happy that you're here today, okay? And let's begin, okay? Today, my friends, we are going to begin, okay, with a new unit. But by the way, I'm going to ask the academy if next class we should take an examination, okay? If they say yes, okay, first at the beginning of the class, we'll have a review of the main topics and then we'll have an examination, okay? So the examination is going to be super easy because you have been practicing and learning, okay, all the stuff so far, okay? So I think you shouldn't have any problem with that. And after the examination, okay, I must give you your feedback, okay, about your performance. But in general, my friends, I have no complaints from you. Okay, so what can I complain about you if you work very hard? Okay, this here in your classes, okay, and in the activities. Okay, so in general, for my personal opinion and my professional opinion, everything is going well. Okay, little by little, we are making headway. Okay, obviously, as any language, okay, it's not like from one day to another to learn or to master the language. It's as a matter of practice, okay? Okay, but so listen, I'm going to share my thing with you, okay, and let's begin with the new content, okay? Which is when today obviously is October 22nd, 2024. It says goal by the end of the class, the students will have acquired the grammar and the vocabulary to speak about the different types of energy. Okay, before that, my friends, okay, let's come here, okay. I prepared this for you, and I'm going to share it, okay, on the team. Look at this, on the chat from it, okay, and you'll be able to see the presentation, okay. It's just vocabulary, okay, and it's here. Very good. There it goes. Okay, if you click on the link, okay, you will be able to see the presentation. Okay, here is Cristina. Very good. Hello, Cristina. What's up, Cristina? How are you, Cristina? Fine?
Fine, fine, thank you.
Excellent, Cristina. Welcome, Cristina. Cristina, tell us, Cristina, how was your day today, Cristina?
It was fine.
Excellent. Was it relaxing, stressing, boring? I don't know.
It was not too stressful, so that's why it's fine.
Very good. Excellent, Cristina. Cristina, and tell me, Cristina, how are things going in Acapulco, Cristina? Give me good news, Cristina.
I think they are still we still don't have water. And I believe they are building the streets, but I heard the news today that there is another hurricane coming.
Another one?
Wow, yeah.
Oh, no, Cristina, it's not possible, Cristina. It's not possible. Really, Cristina, another one?
They said that it was just a storm, but it's becoming a hurricane. I hope it destroys before it arrives to Mexico.
Hopefully,
Yes.
hopefully, yes. Let's cross fingers, Cristina, because it's another one in a very short time. That will be crazy.
Yes. It's not
super crazy. Okay. All right, Cristina, I was saying this to Cristina that maybe in next class, okay, I'm going to ask the academy this question. If we or if you need to take an examination, okay, if they say yes, next class we're going to have a review of the main topics about the grammar, about the vocabulary, about the phrases, and then we will have the examination, okay?
okay.
And after examination, I must give you your feedback, okay, about your performance in the class, your performance in English, okay? But I was telling my partners here that, in my professional opinion, Christina, you and all of the other students are doing well, okay? As I have said to the academy, little by little, okay, they are making progress, okay? It's not one thing like from one day to another, boom, you become super fluent and super masters of English, okay? It's just like any other skill, okay? Okay, Christina, very good. Okay, then, Christina, in the chat from it, I already share a link, okay? If you click on the link, and also my students will see the presentation I prepared for you, okay, which is this one, okay? Look at this. And okay, there it goes, okay? It's about the unit, this is the beginning of Unit 3. Obviously, the examination is going to be for Unit 2, okay? Not for Unit 3. Unit 3 is vocabulary related to energy, okay? Here I wrote some words. For example, one of them is renewable energy. Energy from sources that are naturally replenished, such as solar, wind, and hydroelectric power. Non-renewable energy. Energy derived from fossil fuels like coal, oil, natural gas that cannot be replenished. Sustainable energy. Energy that meets the needs of the present without compromising the ability of the future generations to meet their own needs. Fossil fuels, natural substances formed from the remains of ancient plants and animals used for energy production. Green energy produced in a manner that has a low impact on the environment. I think, my friends, as far as I know, that in Mexico we are here in fossil fuels, okay? Hopefully, someday we will reach green energy, okay, or clean energy. Okay, look at the next, okay? Here's about energy efficiency. Using less energy to provide the same service or achieve the same outcome. Carbon footprint. The total amount of greenhouse gases emitted directly or indirectly by an individual, organization, event, or product. They say that in Mexico, our carbon footprint is very high, and that nothing is being done, okay, to try to reduce the carbon footprint, okay. Look at this power generation, the process of generating electricity from primary energy sources. Grid, the interconnected network for delivering electricity from producers to customers. That would be like Comisión Federal, okay, Comisión Federal Grid, okay. Energy transition, the process of changing from a fossil-based energy system to a renewable-based one. Okay, we in Mexico, we are not in here, okay. Energy transition, I don't believe so, okay. Look at this here, I also call it a smart grid, an electricity supply network that uses digital technology to detect and react to local changes in use. Nuclear energy, energy produced through nuclear reactions, typically used in power plants. Here in Mexico, as you know, we have a nuclear power plant in Veracruz. Okay. Hydropower, electricity generated by the movement of water, typically through dams. I think in Mexico, we also have this kind of energy, hydropower. Solar power, energy harnessed from the sun's ray. I think in Mexico, we are very little advanced in this one. Wind power, energy generated from the wind using turbines. Here are some, I don't think we have many farms for wind power. Here, phrases and concepts, for example, energy crisis, a situation in which the demand for energy exceeds supply. Decarbonization, the process of reducing carbon dioxide emissions associated with energy production. Energy policy, a course of action taken by government or industry regarding energy production and consumption. Here in Mexico, I think we should improve more our energy policies. Energy storage, technology to store energy for later use, such as batteries. I have heard, my friend, that this technology is now available for everybody. But as usual, this technology is really expensive. I have heard that they, thanks to solar energy, we can store the energy and maybe sell the energy to Commission Federal. But obviously, this technology is expensive, yeah, and not very achievable. Okay, and that will be all. Very good. So listen, friends. So now you have the presentation there with Zoom, and okay, this I'm going to share the image in order to start. Look at this. I'm going to show you the activities for Unit 3. Okay. For example, here we say how this is one. Match the word 1 to 6, okay, with the words A to F to make compounds. For example, I will read fuel cell, okay, technology, wind, solar, carbon.
I don't know if it's me or we are losing Miguel.
Yep,
I
same.
was thinking that it was made now.
Yep, same here.
Tidal. And obviously, we have, for example,
Yeah, we
turbines,
can hear you now.
technology, energies, panel.
Yes.
Okay, so for sure some kind of an internet bug. Okay, very good. Okay, so listen, there it goes. Can you see the board?
Yeah.
Okay, so I was here. Okay, it says match the words 1 to 6 with the words 8 to 12 for fuel cell, wind, solar, carbon, renewable, tidal, and the possibilities are turbines, technology, energies, panels, power, and emissions. For example, the first combination is actually fuel cell technology. Okay. I will do number 2. Wind turbines. This one. Okay. What about Daniel? What about Daniel? Solar.
Panels, I think so.
Exactly. Solar panels. Very good. Okay, Jorge. What about carbon?
Carbon emissions.
Exactly. Carbon emissions. Very good. Okay. Gabi, please. Renewable.
Yes.
Exactly, renewable energies. Very good. And tidal power, okay? Tidal power. Very good, friends. Okay. For example, question for Daniel. Daniel, do you have any of these technologies in your house, Daniel? And for example, solar panels?
Mm, no, I'm not sure if it is not a solar panel, but the solar stuff to boil the water or to
Ah,
warm the
yes.
water.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Well, that is a way to reduce carbon emissions. Okay. Very good.
Yeah,
Good.
because I
Yes,
use less gas.
exactly. Exactly. What about Rudy? Rudy, do you have any of those technologies, Rudy? For example, as I asked Daniel, solar panels, Rudy?
Yeah, actually the same for the water when we take a shower. we are
Okay.
using, yeah, we are reducing the emissions.
Very good. Excellent. That's good. Okay. What about Jorge?
Yes.
Yes, do you have any of those technologies, Jorge? Like solar panels or solar heaters?
No, no one. If I have it, no.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Very good. Okay. Okay. What about Christina?
No, neither do I.
Neither. Very good. Very good. What about Gabby?
No, I have any.
None of them. Okay. None of them. Very good. Okay. Me neither. Okay. Because I will say that is a expensive technology, but experts say that we should change. Okay, and start use that technology. Okay. Okay. Very good. Okay. So here I have some questions from the book. Okay. It says. A is I discuss this question. Okay, which energy sources are commonly used at home and at places of work or study in your country? Which sources of energy are considered to be the cleanest and the dirtiest? To what extent is solar energy used in the area where you live and work? Will you be prepared to live in an area with wind turbines? Why or why not? For example, okay, for example, let's say, please, Christina. Christina, which is the main source of energy in your house, Christina?
Mm, electricity? How do you say that?
Electricity, yes, exactly, electricity. And Christina, do you know how that electricity is produced? The electricity that goes to your house, is it produced by, I don't know, by turbines, by gas?
Uh, I don't know. Here we still have the electricity from the no sé from the poles, you know.
Yes,
Todavía hay wires on the yeah.
yes, exactly. I think that is in all Mexico, no? In all Mexico. Very good, okay. So, yes, also for here, my house, which is your house, okay? Also, okay. So it's not like something new, okay, so far. Very good. What about Daniel? Daniel, which source of energy do you consider the cleanest and the dirtiest, Daniel?
For me, the cleanest will be the solar power. Um, Maybe the dirtiest will be carbon, but I'm not so. I don't have a lot of knowledge about it because I have heard that it is not so dirty as we think. That maybe the turbines has some major impact in the ecosystem because of the sound that it produces and all
Okay.
the animals and all the stuff that need to be moved from that space. But I would like to know if it is the dirtiest or not. I assume it because I think that that issue has a lot of
Very
emission
good.
rates, the carbon.
And then, what is your opinion of nuclear energy? Do you think it's
As well, I
energy
don't have a
or
lot of information. All the information that I have is the one that we saw in the. I'm not sure if you saw the series, the HBO series. I can't remember the name, but it's about the explosion that it was on.
yes,
It was not in Russia. Well, it
in
used to be the Soviet old Russia. But
exactly
well,
the
Well, so far I know if it is controlled, it is a good option. But
Very
if
good.
if there is some accident just like that happen, it is a big mess for all the environment.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. It's good. What about Jorge? Jorge, what's your opinion, Jorge, of nuclear energy, Jorge?
Um, well, in just like in terms that we, I mean, for example, the countries that have enough technology just to manage this kind of industry, yeah, it's okay. But for example, even Japan has a nuclear crisis. For example, when they have the earthquake on um,
Ah, it's
years
true.
ago.
It's true.
So yeah, I think it's cheaper, but yeah, I think it's have their issues about security because also it could be dangerous for health and something like and stuff like that when there are accidents.
Exactly. Exactly. So that is a major problem that is provoking in Japan, okay? What about you, Christina? Christina, what's your opinion, Christina, of nuclear energy, Christina? Do you think it's good, it's bad, it's clean, it's dirty?
Mm, I have a cousin who is a nuclear engineer,
Okay.
and she said that nuclear energy is the cleanest. But yeah, it has to have many high standards. Like it's the cheapest and the cleanest energy, and the energy that produce less pollution.
Okay. 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 Very good. Good. What about you, Gabby? What's your opinion, Gabby, of nuclear energy, Gabby? What do you know, Gabby, of nuclear energy?
Honestly, I don't have any idea about the nuclear energy.
Very good.
I know.
Very good. Okay. Good. What about Rudy?
Oh, well, I think it is a very interesting topic because there are a lot of things to consider. But actually, I have to say that maybe for me, is not the cleanest energy because it produces a lot of, how can I say, gas.
Gas emissions?
Yeah, exactly. Gas emissions and all those things. And also, it will be very dangerous if the engineers or the people that it's working there doesn't have a good control
Exactly.
of those processes. For so that's my opinion.
Exactly. Exactly. As you know, Mexico has a nuclear plant in Veracruz, okay?
Yeah.
The place is called Laguna Verde. When I was finishing middle school, I I took a year off, and then my father told me, "Okay, Miguel, you can take your year off of school, but you have to work. Okay, I don't want you to be here around like a lazy guy. Okay, so you are going to work." So I found a job there at the nuclear power plant in Laguna Verde. And my opinion, my friends, is that nuclear energy can be good and clean if the if the uranium pills are treated properly. Every year that plant needs to have a something called that they call recharge. Recharge it means to take out the old uranium pills, put them into special containers, and they need to clean the container inside. The container inside is only metal. I think is iron, stainless steel iron, but they need to wash it okay from inside because water and uranium has been there for a year. Okay, so what this company did, okay, obviously was Commission Federal, they hired another employee. Yes, Daniel. Yes.
Oh, sorry, I'm just remember there is a famous Simpson episode that talk about that. I don't know if you saw it.
I think yes.
Yeah,
I
it is
think yes.
very funny.
Yes, Daniel. Yes, it's true. It's true. So what they do is that they hire people. Okay, they are not technicians. They are not engineers. They train them on how to wash the basin from inside, and obviously they put them into the basin. The radiation levels are very high, so they stay there just like I don't know 5 or 6 hours, and then they take them out. When they send them to analyze, okay, their body, the radiation levels for the body are very high. So in order to control that, they need to take cold water showers. They need to drink a lot of milk and so on during all the process. Okay, so I think it's a good source of energy, but it has to need, or it has to have, okay, special controls for the uranium pills. So they wash it, and then they feed it with special water, and they add the new enriched uranium pills for the year. So every year it produces waste, okay, uranium wastes, okay, that they are kept in containers. Mhm. So whenever you have the opportunity, my friends, go, and they offer free rides, okay, in which they explain all the process for that, okay. Okay, vemos. Look at the next step. To what extent is solar energy used in the area where you live and work? For example, for me in my area, very little, okay, very little. Only, I think I can see only one house with solar panels. Most of the houses here, they have some solar heaters, but solar panels, no. What about Daniel? Have you seen solar panels in your neighborhood, Daniel? In other houses around?
Yeah, actually, there is
Okay.
like a proposed here in the Coto, in the neighborhood. They want
Okay.
to put a solar panels for all
Oh, wonderful for the
the
houses.
community. Can you hear
I
me?
think no, no, Daniel, no.
Can you?
I know we miss your explanation. Okay. 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 What about Rudy? Rudy, are there solar panels in your neighborhood, Rudy?
Oh yeah, there are a lot of solar panels in the field, but the peasants are saying that it is not a good option for the erosion from
Oh,
the earth, you know.
okay.
And there are a lot of manifestations and all those things saying that they don't want the solar panels there, and all those things. And sometimes it's very chaotic because there are some blockers in the highway.
Yes.
So
Oh,
it's so disturbing.
okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good. Pues, my friends, I know there is a company called USA. For sure, you know USA. Okay. And USA has a solar panel farm in a place called I don't remember the name of the place, but it's near Toluca. So on the highway from Mexico City to Toluca, okay, you pass by this place and you can see hundreds and hundreds of solar panels, like as I said, a solar panel farm. And they say that this panel produce the energy for the USA plants. But it's amazing. Okay, it's amazing. Like to see hundreds and hundreds of panels. Okay, there is no production. Like, I mean, no tomatoes, no onions, no, I don't know, sugar canes. No, no. Okay, there's just hundreds and hundreds of solar panels. Okay, I think it could be a good idea, but in my opinion, in rather of using the soil to produce something, okay, vegetables, okay, no, they are overwhelmed with solar panels. Very good. What about Jorge? Okay, are there any solar panels there in your house, Jorge, or in your neighborhood?
Yeah, in the neighborhood, yes, but yeah, it's also very rare. I think because in these days still being limited just because the initial investment to require and to install these solar panels because it's still being expensive than in
Exactly.
other countries. So yeah, and also we have to start to considering our new homes, or for example my parents, they are building a new home and they're considering in the facilities an infrastructure of to have a solar panel and also the
Mhm.
similar one just to have a hot water.
Very good. Okay. It's exactly that is important. Okay, to think about the new design for homes. Okay, for greenhouses. Okay. Very good. What about Christina? Christina, are there solar panels in your area, Christina? Or do you have a solar panel?
They used to, they used to, but in the hurricane
They were
They destroy all of them. So I believe it's like a high investment to lose it, and I haven't seen that some people put them again, but some others don't, because here in Acapulco, electricity is really expensive. I don't know why, but it's I see receipts from other parts of Mexico and nothing. Here is a house could be for 8,000 pesos the bimestral. Here in my house, it sometimes it arrive at 24,000 pesos.
Cristina, my God.
Yeah,
Cristina,
so
but that's a
many
lot of
people.
money. That's a lot of money.
They say because there are many people that steal electricity and they prorogate the energy. That's
Oh,
the
that's
excuse.
no, that's not fair. Okay, that is a cheap explanation.
That's
Okay,
the excuse they give you.
no, Cristina, that is a cheap explanation. Okay, so no, imagine. No. Oh, come on, Cristina, that's too bad, Cristina. Okay, that's bad. Okay, what about
Yeah, that's
Gabby?
why you can see many people hiring.
Yes, for sure. Okay, pero Gabby, are there any solar panels in your area, Gabby, in your neighborhood?
I'm not sure, but well, not so nearby. When in the house I used to live before we broke the house,
Yes.
we had a solar panel, and that saved us not a lot of money, because basically we only came to home basically to have dinner, sleep, and then go back to the office. That was previous the pandemic,
Ah, okay.
and yeah, and maybe
Okay,
in the future we are gonna put some solar panel here in the home, but we need to make budget. No, see for different option, and see what fits better.
exactly, yes. And think about the inversion, no?
Yep, because
Very good.
also it's a little bit expensive to the maintenance of that.
Exactly. One thing is installation, and it's true. I mean, exactly the maintenance of the panels. Okay, it's not exactly it's true. Okay, so listen, I'm going to share a link here on the chat. Okay, and that is a listening activity. Okay, if you click on the link, you will be able to see. Okay, this work. It says this exercise. Letter B says Bloomberg New Energy Finance provides news, research, and analysis on energy. Listen to its chief editor, Angus Macron, and complete the summary about the company. I will read it. It says, Bloomberg New Energy Finance, okay, provides news and in-depth analysis on clean energy. Clean energy includes, okay, yes, please. Wait a minute, I need to go to the meeting.
Yeah, sorry, it
Okay.
was me. Be right
Ah,
back.
yes,
1 second.
yes, okay, very good, please. Okay. Okay, so it says clean energy includes, okay, and solar, small hydro, marine, geothermal, and other, okay, technologies and energy efficiency. They look at the markets and predict, okay, NEF, okay, also collates energy data from projects all over the world. For example, $155 billion were invested worldwide in 2008. They study factors such as falls in gas prices and weather that prevents people from investing in energy and the possible effect on coal and nuclear energy. Okay, so listen, you have this part, okay? I'm going to project the audio. I will play the audio 3 times, okay? And then we are going to check the answer, okay? Very good. So there it goes. Okay, let me open the audio. Okay. Unit 3, energy, track 18. Unit 3. Okay, there it goes, okay? I'm going to say the presentation way, and now you will listen to the audio, okay? So I will play it 3 times. Unit 3,
Energy. Track 18.
Can you tell us what your company does?
New Energy Finance is an international company that provides news, data, and deep analysis on all sectors of clean energy. So that's everything from wind and solar, small hydro, up to 50 megawatts, marine, so wave and tidal, geothermal, and then other low carbon technologies like carbon capture and storage and energy efficiency. And we also look at the carbon markets in great detail, what the carbon price is going to be in the future. On the data side, we put together data on all the deals and projects in the world, and that enables us to calculate, for instance, that there was $155 billion invested in clean energy worldwide in 2008. And in analysis, we look at things like what happens if the gas price falls? Does that deter people from investing in renewable energy, or will that have more effect, for instance, on coal and nuclear than it will on renewable energy?
Unit 3. Energy. Track 18.
Can you tell us what your company does?
New Energy Finance is an international company that provides news, data, and deep analysis on all sectors of clean energy. So that's everything from wind and solar, small hydro, up to 50 megawatts, marine, so wave and tidal, geothermal, and then other low carbon technologies like carbon capture and storage and energy efficiency. And we also look at the carbon markets in great detail, what the carbon price is going to be in the future. On the data side, we put together data on all the deals and projects in the world, and that enables us to calculate, for instance, that there was $155 billion invested in clean energy worldwide in 2008. And in analysis, we look at things like what happens if the gas price falls? Does that deter people from investing in renewable energy, or will that have more effect, for instance, on coal and nuclear than it will on renewable energy?
Unit 3. Energy. Track 18.
Can you tell us what your company does?
New Energy Finance is an international company that provides news, data, and deep analysis on all sectors of clean energy. So that's everything from wind and solar, small hydro, up to 50 megawatts, marine, so wave and tidal, geothermal, and then other low carbon technologies like carbon capture and storage and energy efficiency. And we also look at the carbon markets in great detail, what the carbon price is going to be in the future. On the data side, we put together data on all the deals and projects in the world, and that enables us to calculate, for instance, that there was $155 billion invested in clean energy worldwide in 2008. And in analysis, we look at things like what happens if the gas price falls? Does that deter people from investing in renewable energy, or will that have more effect, for instance, on coal and nuclear than it will on renewable energy?
Okay, friends. Very good. Were you able to get the information, my friends? Yes?
Yes, I think so.
Very good. Okay. So if everything is okay, let's check. Okay, very good. Okay, I start, let's say, with please, Daniel. Bloomberg New Energy Finance provides news and in-depth analysis on clean energy. Clean energy includes
Wind and solar.
very good wind and solar. Okay, a small hydro, marine, geothermal, and other, Daniel.
And other low carbon technologies.
Very good. Low carbon. Very good. Low carbon technology. Very good. Good. Excellent. What please, Jorge, please. They look at the markets and predict.
New technologies of storage energy.
Exactly. And predict storage. Okay. Technology. Technologies. Very good. Okay. Obviously, it's sort of what? A sort of energy. Okay. Very good. Okay. Please, Gavin. Any EF, okay, also collects energy data from projects all over the world. For example, $155 billion were invested worldwide in
Clean energy.
very good clean energy. Excellent. Clean energy. Good. In 2008. Very good. Let's say, Rudy, they study factors such as
Falls in gas produces and whether that prevents people from investing in reduced energy.
in reduce energy, okay, and
The possible effect on coal and nuclear energy.
nuclear energy. Very good. Interesting job, okay. Very good. Okay, so here we have the other activities. Listen to the second part of the interview and say which of these points are mentioned. For example, number one, currently the most mature clean energy is wind power. People know where to locate wind turbines. Energy supply and storage are the most important issues. Solar power will become the most viable alternative energy. New energy finance studies the price of carbon in the future. When technology When the technology falls in price, okay, there will be a huge market for solar energy. Okay, I'm going to share that activity with you. Okay, I have it here on the cloud for you. And if you click on the link, okay, you will be able to access, okay, the activity. It's going to be there, okay? Very good. Okay, there it is, okay? Okay. And, okay. I'm going to play the recording. Very good. Okay.
Unit 3, Energy, Track 19.
Okay, so listen, the same, okay? I'm going to play the recording 3 times, okay? Remember, it says, listen to the second part of the interview and say which of these points are mentioned. Some of them are not, however, some others yet, okay? So there you go. So I'm going to share the presentation. There it goes. Okay.
Unit 3, Energy, Track 19.
Which do you think will be the most viable alternative energy supply?
Well, right now, the most mature of the main clean energy sectors is wind, because the technologies have basically been standardized for 20, 25, 30 years. The three-bladed turbine, people know exactly how much it costs to generate power with that technology. They know where the best geographical locations are for base wind farms. So it's regarded as a mature technology and often an alternative to things like gas and coal. But I think in the long term, solar is the clean energy technology will probably get the widest uptake, both putting plants in places like deserts and very sunny areas, taking advantage of land that hasn't got a lot of other use, but also micro generation, people putting solar panels on roofs. Once the technology comes down enough, it's not there yet, but once it comes down enough, then it'll be something that people do routinely as a way of actually dealing with some of their power needs during the course of the year. And solar panels will have a huge market for that.
Unit 3, Energy, Track 19.
Which do you think will be the most viable alternative energy supply?
Well, right now, the most mature of the main clean energy sectors is wind, because the technologies have basically been standardized for 20, 25, 30 years. The three-bladed turbine, people know exactly how much it costs to generate power with that technology. They know where the best geographical locations are for base wind farms. So it's regarded as a mature technology and often an alternative to things like gas and coal. But I think in the long term, solar is the clean energy technology will probably get the widest uptake, both putting plants in places like deserts and very sunny areas, taking advantage of land that hasn't got a lot of other use, but also micro generation, people putting solar panels on roofs. Once the technology comes down enough, it's not there yet, but once it comes down enough, then it'll be something that people do routinely as a way of actually dealing with some of their power needs during the course of the year. And solar panels will have a huge market for that.
Unit 3, Energy, Track 19.
Which do you think will be the most viable alternative energy supply?
Well, right now, the most mature of the main clean energy sectors is wind, because the technologies have basically been standardized for 20, 25, 30 years. The three-bladed turbine, and people know exactly how much it costs to generate power with that technology. They know where the best geographical locations are for base wind farms. So it's regarded as a mature technology and often an alternative to things like gas and coal. But I think in the long term, solar is the clean energy technology will probably get the widest uptake, both putting plants in places like deserts and very sunny areas, taking advantage of land that hasn't got a lot of other use, but also micro generation, people putting solar panels on roofs. Once the technology comes down enough, it's not there yet, but once it comes down enough, then it'll be something that people do routinely as a way of actually dealing with some of their power needs during the course of the year. And solar panels will have a huge market for that.
Okay, my friend. So let's see. Okay, I think this one was easy. Okay. Okay. For example, what about number one? It says currently the most mature clean energy is wind power. Yes or no? Was it mentioned or not?
Yes.
Yes.
Exactly. It was, let's say, yes. Okay, let's take it. Okay, very good. Well, number two, people know where to locate wind turbines. What's the
Yes.
exactly what was mentioned? Very good. Energy supply and storage are the most important issues.
I didn't hear that.
Very
Yeah,
good.
same here.
No,
Sorry.
no, that wasn't mentioned.
Exactly. This one, not exactly. Okay. Very good. Okay, solar power will become the most viable alternative energy.
Yes.
Exactly. Yes, good. New energy finance studies the price of carbon in the future.
No.
I didn't hear that.
Exactly. The one was mentioned. When technology falls in price, there will be a huge market for solar energy.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Exactly. Exactly. Very good. Excellent, my friends. Very good. Okay. Excellent. Good listening. Okay, here it says, look at these words partnerships, okay, related to alternative energy. Which word in each group cannot form a partnership, okay, with the word involved? For example, wind, okay, think of, for example, tidal, carbon, wave, alternative, consumption, renewable, clean, production, carbon, gas, solar. Also, we have, for example, solar power, solar panel, solar turbine, or solar energy. Wind turbine, okay, wind power, wind renewable, wind farm. Fuel cell technology, okay, fuel cell photovoltaic, fuel cell energy, and fuel cell car, okay. For example, look at this, okay. It says wind or wind power, yes. Tidal power, yes. Carbon power, yes, but wave power,
No.
No.
sorry, no, sorry, carbon power, not exactly, okay, but wave power, yes, okay. So the ones that combine with power is wind, tidal, okay, and also wave, okay, okay. Again, you please continue with others, please, and then we check, please. Very good, very good. Okay, let's see. I start with Daniel. Daniel, what about Daniel number 2, Daniel? Which words can combine with energy? Daniel.
I think that is consumption energy. Can you hear me?
Very good. Or
Okay.
energy consumption. That is possible. Very good. Yes. 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 Okay. One is energy consumption. The other.
Oh, okay. So there is two that can be used there.
Yes. It says which word cannot. Okay. For example, energy consumption. Yes. Okay. For example, renewable energy. Yes. Okay. Clean energy. Yes. Okay. Alternative energy is not very well used. Okay.
No.
Very
Oh,
good.
I thought that it wasn't.
Alternative energy. Very good. Okay. Well, it's usable. Okay. It's usable, but not widely. Okay. Speaking about energy. Okay. And they prefer to say clean energy.
Okay.
Very good. Jorge, please, Jorge. What words, Jorge, do combine with emissions?
Okay, so reduction, carbon, and gas emissions.
Exactly. Reduction, emission, carbon emission, gas emission, personal emission. No, okay. Very good. Okay. What about Gabi? Solar. Well, Gabi, what was combined with solar, Gabi?
I'm sorry, what was what?
Yes.
Um,
What words combine with solar? What are the words that you can combine with solar, Gabi?
Give me a because I'm not seeing the same server. I'm not. You are sharing something, right? Let me
You cannot see the presentation?
and I know solar power panels,
Solar power,
energy.
solar panels, okay.
Uh-huh.
Very good. Solar energy and solar turbine. No, okay.
Energy.
Very good. Good, Gabi.
No power, no,
Good.
just
What about Rudy?
panels and energy. No panels and energy.
Panels and no, we're gonna say solar power. That is good. Okay, good. Okay, what about Rudy? Wind.
Wind turbine,
Very
wind
good.
power, and
Wind power.
wind farm.
Farm, exactly. Wind renewable. Well, we know that is a renewable source of energy. Very good. Okay, what about Christina? Fuel cell.
Fuel cell technology,
Very good.
fuel cell energy,
Energy. Very good.
fuel cell, I don't know, car.
Car, exactly. Yes. Photovoltaic. It's part of the elements, okay, of energy. Excellent. Very good. So, fuel cell technology, fuel cell energy, and fuel cell car. Excellent. Very good. Okay, so here we have another listening also from the book. It says, listen to some experts being asked about reductions in carbon emissions and clean energy. Choose the most accurate ending for each of these sentences. For example, according to speaker one, the world's government should reduce carbon emissions worldwide by 2%, should prevent global temperatures from rising, should replace gas and oil with renewable energy. Speaker two thinks it is up to business to encourage both industry and citizens to reduce the energy consumption, to encourage companies to use alternative gases in their manufacturing processes, to encourage companies to reduce CO2 emissions by using alternative energy. Speaker 3 says hydrogen powered cars are one example of fuel cell technology, work much better than electric cars, and can already be seen on the roads. Very good. I have never seen a hydrogen powered car, my friends. Okay, have you?
No, never. It's the first time.
Exactly. Never. Okay, very good. Okay, so I'm going to share the exercise with you. Okay, I have it here. Let me share the link with you. Good. Okay. Okay, and there it goes. Okay. Okay, I'm going to say it here on the chat. Okay, there it is. Okay. If you click on the link, you will be able to see the activity. Okay, and it's track 120. Very good.
Unit 3.
Okay, listen, I'm going to share also the audio once again, and I will play it also 3 times, okay, for you to clarify and be sure. Okay, there it goes.
Unit 3. Energy. Track 20.
Do you think carbon emissions are a cause for concern? I mean, the general public seems to be more concerned about other social and economic issues at the moment.
Yes, I do think it's a major cause for concern, and it's vital we reduce carbon emissions. It's one of the main causes of global warming. I think the goal of the world's governments should be to prevent the Earth's temperature from increasing. The real question, of course, is how we go about doing that, whether people are prepared to consume less energy and stop wasting it. After all, it was the environmentalist Paul Ehrlich who said, "We're not running out of fossil fuels, we're running out of environment."
What role can business play in the reduction of CO2 emissions?
Well, I think the role of business, and especially manufacturing companies, is to reduce energy consumption and to use greener production processes, not only involving solar and wind energy, but also hydrogen, fuel cell technology, and so on, and that way cut down on CO2 emissions. But it's complicated, and it's going to take time and money to get certain industries to swap from fossil fuels, oil and gas, to a viable alternative.
What do you think the government can do to promote the use of clean energy?
I think the government should invest more in green products like hydrogen-powered or electric cars. As a matter of fact, I've already driven a hydrogen-powered car myself. It works. But I realize we might have to wait another 5 years or so before we see these kinds of green cars on the road in any significant number. And the government should be leading by example, using renewable energy, particularly photovoltaic energy, that is, using solar panels to heat public buildings, schools and offices, that kind of thing.
Unit 3. Energy. Track 20.
Do you think carbon emissions are a cause for concern? I mean, the general public seems to be more concerned about other social and economic issues at the moment.
Yes, I do think it's a major cause for concern, and it's vital we reduce carbon emissions. It's one of the main causes of global warming. I think the goal of the world's governments should be to prevent the Earth's temperature from increasing. The real question, of course, is how we go about doing that, and whether people are prepared to consume less energy and stop wasting it. After all, it was the environmentalist Paul Ehrlich who said, "We're not running out of fossil fuels, we're running out of environment."
What role can business play in the reduction of CO2 emissions?
Well, I think the role of business, and especially manufacturing companies, is to reduce energy consumption and to use greener production processes, not only involving solar and wind energy, but also hydrogen, fuel cell technology, and so on, and that way cut down on CO2 emissions. But it's complicated, and it's going to take time and money to get certain industries to swap from fossil fuels, oil and gas, to a viable alternative.
What do you think the government can do to promote the use of clean energy?
I think the government should invest more in green products like hydrogen-powered or electric cars. As a matter of fact, I've already driven a hydrogen-powered car myself. It works. But I realize we might have to wait another 5 years or so before we see these kinds of green cars on the road in any significant number. And the government should be leading by example, using renewable energy, particularly photovoltaic energy, that is, using solar panels to heat public buildings, schools and offices, that kind of thing.
Unit 3. Energy. Track 20.
Do you think carbon emissions are a cause for concern? I mean, the general public seems to be more concerned about other social and economic issues at the moment.
Yes, I do think it's a major cause for concern, and it's vital we reduce carbon emissions. It's one of the main causes of global warming. I think the goal of the world's governments should be to prevent the Earth's temperature from increasing. The real question, of course, is how we go about doing that, and whether people are prepared to consume less energy and stop wasting it. After all, it was the environmentalist Paul Ehrlich who said, "We're not running out of fossil fuels, we're running out of environment."
What role can business play in the reduction of CO2 emissions?
Well, I think the role of business, and especially manufacturing companies, is to reduce energy consumption and to use greener production processes, not only involving solar and wind energy, but also hydrogen, fuel cell technology, and so on, and that way cut down on CO2 emissions. But it's complicated, and it's going to take time and money to get certain industries to swap from fossil fuels, oil and gas, to a viable alternative.
What do you think the government can do to promote the use of clean energy?
Well, I think the government should invest more in green products like hydrogen-powered or electric cars. As a matter of fact, I've already driven a hydrogen-powered car myself. It works. But I realize we might have to wait another 5 years or so before we see these kinds of green cars on the road in any significant number. And the government should be leading by example, using renewable energy, particularly photovoltaic energy, that is, using solar panels to heat public buildings, schools and offices, that kind of thing.
Okay, friends, so let's see. I think it was easy, okay? So, okay, let's do it together, okay? First one says, according to speaker one, the world government should, what did speaker one mention?
B.
Yeah.
Exactly, prevent global business from rising, okay? Very good, okay? What about the speaker two? Speaker two thinks it's up to business to encourage.
See?
Sí.
Very good. Companies to reduce CO2. Very good. Okay. Emissions by using alternative energy. Good. Well, speaker three says hydrogen powered cars.
A.
B.
A or B. It says are one example of fuel cell technology. Or much better than electrical. Well, it's A. Okay. Are one example of fuel cell technologies. Listen, friends, has any of you had the chance to drive an electric car? For example, let's say Daniel, have you had a chance to drive in the car, Daniel?
No, I can never drive it or been in an electrical car. Well, I have been in not a 100% electrical car. It is just the combination of the both technologies, and
Right.
it is weird because when it is working in the electrical motor, you
Yes.
doesn't listen the typical sound of a car. So it is like you are in a feria car, just floating. It is a strange feeling.
Okay. Okay. So the motor becomes noiseless.
Yeah, and it looks like the car is off.
All
But,
right.
well, it is working. So it is a kind of strange feeling.
And then what about the performance?
Well,
Did the car have a good performance or a slow performance?
it is totally normal. We just driving from the work to the restaurant, so it was not a big trip, but it was totally normal car. It is the only difference it is for me it was the sound of the motor.
Very good. What about Jorge? Jorge, have you had the chance, Jorge, to travel or drive an electric car?
Not to drive an electric car, but just being in an electric car. I've been in a Tesla because there were a
Oh,
moment
good,
that in
good.
Mexico City you can use a Tesla with the owner just to have a ride. It's like an Uber, but I think these days this company disappeared, so you can't use it anymore. But yeah, I've been in a Tesla, and something funny here is that it's a soundless. And once I remember that the people is asking to the companies that are manufacturing these cars that add some kind of noise so the people can listen it when they are proximate when they are coming these cars.
When they are in the car.
Yeah.
So okay, you're saying that people miss the engine and the noises,
Yeah.
the motor, all that really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
And also for the security, because if you are working in the streets and you can hear that it's coming a car, that so you.
Okay.
And also
Yes.
for how to say it, this kind of people, blind.
Blind or deaf people?
Yeah, blind of deaf people that are in the street, so they can listen the cars.
It's true. It's okay. That is a major issue, huh?
Yeah.
That's a major issue. Very good. Okay, good. What about Rudy? Rudy, have you had the chance, Rudy, to travel or drive electric car, Rudy?
No, actually, I only have seen the electrical cars from Mercado Libre, for example. And yeah, I think it is a very good initiative because uh, we can say that Mercado Libre is like a green enterprise because of that.
Okay.
But not completely because they are still using some other materials like plastics and all those things.
It's true.
Yeah, it's like to say I want, but I can't.
Yes, I understand you, Rudy. Okay, very good. Well, Christina, have you had the chance, Christina, to drive or travel in these kind of cars, Christina? Okay, I think Christina is logged off. Okay. Okay, what about Gavin?
Nope.
No, well, not yet. Okay, like me, not yet.
No,
Okay,
well, no, not yet.
but in the future, okay, they say that these cars will become very popular. Okay, for example, I don't know if you heard the news about the robots that Elon Musk is producing now. So his idea is to put these robots in any home, okay, for our service. What do you think of that, Daniel? Would you like to have a robot at home, Daniel?
Hold on a second.
Ah.
I lost connection. Could you please repeat it?
Yes, Daniel, yes. I don't know if you heard about the news that say that Elon Musk is going to produce robots for home service. I mean, for example, they will serve you coffee, your tea, etc. Would you like to have a robot at home, Daniel?
I no, well, I'm not sure. Well, there is a scary all that topics. Right now, well, there is the it is not a robot like a human robot. It is just like the stuff that cleans your home and looks like it works really good. And I think that I want one of those things, but maybe a robot here that can make a mess if this doesn't work well. I will wait. I will be not the part, in the market when there is like a four kind of persons, or the ones that just buy the things immediately, and the ones that wait for the product it is on the market for a period of time. So I will be the second one. I will wait until I'm pretty sure that it works well.
Very
Well,
good.
I don't think that I will.
So then, do you mean that you?
And I don't think that I can afford it.
Well, not for the moment, Daniel, but the idea is to have cheap models. Okay. Then, so do you mean that you have a cleaning robot in your house? It's like it's like a round object, right?
Sorry, I missed connection again.
Yes. Do you mean that you have a cleaning robot in your house?
No, I don't have it, but I have seen a lot of this robot, the robotinas, they just call it.
Exactly.
So it is swap and I don't know how to say trapear.
Swap the floor.
Swap and swap.
Swap the floor. Swap the floor.
Yeah, and that is the only thing that they do, but it works really well. I think I have heard that all the people that owns one of that things are very happy.
Exactly, very good. What about Rudy? Rudy, would you like to have a robot at home, Rudy?
Yeah, I think so, but
Yes.
it depends. Well, actually, it depends because, for example, if it is a robot with artificial intelligence, I don't think so because I don't know. Maybe well, a lot of things happens on my mind. Like, for example, what happens if the robot make some disasters, like, for example, iRobot or things like that, you know? Yeah, because in some point, I think that the artificial intelligence will be very, very powerful. Right now it is, but I think it could be better, and I think it can learn by itself. So I'm a little bit scared of that. As a programmer, I know that some processes are very, very dangerous. Like, for example, the virus. Also, when you create a malware code or something like that, it could learn a lot of the people. Like, for example, what happens with the YouTube algorithms? Like, they learn about what you're searching on all those things. The same could happen with the virus, for example, and maybe the hackers can get a lot of information from you. And what happens if you have a robot? They will get a lot of information by video, audio, and all those things. So, for that reason, if it has artificial intelligence, I wouldn't get that.
So, Rudy, that in your opinion, Rudy, AI is good, but you don't rely on AI.
Yeah, exactly. It's very good because, for example, for me as a programmer, sometimes I use it to get information of how to implement this and how to fix this issue or things like that. But for example, for personal purposes, I shouldn't use it.
Okay, amazing. That's a good point of view, Rudy. Okay. Okay. What about Jorge? Jorge, would you like to have a robot at home, Jorge? Like the ones developed by Elon Musk?
I don't know. It's because I'm thinking about, like, for example, what does the name of this movie is in his, I don't know if in English is
iRobot?
New Robot. Yeah, iRobot. Yeah.
iRobot. Exactly. Yes.
Yeah, that one. So I don't know.
Okay, okay, very good. Okay, good. Well, okay, well, I think he's in having problem with her computer. What about Gavin? Gavin, would you like to have a robot like the ones developed by Elon Musk at home, Gavin?
No, definitely not.
Why
No,
not?
no,
Why not, Gavin?
no, I don't know. Because it's like you have to consider several things like the cost that to acquire the product, the cost it's going to you are gonna have to pay for maintenance. I don't updates or cleanups. It's going to be like you brought a car, and it's better to have another car than a problem. Basically.
Exactly. That's a good point of view. Exactly. Yes, the cost of maintenance, no? Exactly. Exactly. Very good. Okay, my friends. Very good. Okay. Before we go, okay, let's continue. Okay, and let's read. Okay. First of all, here it's from the book. Okay. It says the danger of losing touch with reality. Okay. I will read it. Says by Ed Crooks. It says politicians, okay, often underestimate the massive challenge of cutting greenhouse gas emissions by moving away from fossil fuels, according to Hel Lunch, chief executive of Stio Hydro, Norway's national oil and gas company, who is an advisor, okay, to the United Nations Secretary General on Energy. Daniel, please. Mr. Lund is far.
Mr. Long is far from the stereotype of the die-hard oil man. He believes it is more important to engage with the debate over climate change, and it is the only oil company representative on the group advising the UN Secretary General on Energy. Norway has a good record for curbing greenhouse gas emission from its oil industry, having been one of the first countries to imposed a carbon tax in 1991. Stale Oil is a pioneer of storing carbon dioxide underground, with projects in Norway and Algeria.
Algeria. Very, very good. Thank you. Thank you. Very good. So imagine this is wonderful. Okay. So not only did they reduce, okay, carbon emission or carbon dioxide, okay, and they also put a tax, okay, a carbon tax in the country. I think in Mexico we don't have this tax, okay, and Mexico we don't have this technology to keep, okay, dioxide on the ground. All carbon dioxide goes, okay, on the air. Very good. Jorge, Mr. Lund accepts that in the future.
Mr. Lund accepts that in the future his customers will use less of the oil and gas that his company produces yet. Even he is concerned that politicians are in the danger of losing touch with reality in their push for a low carbon world. Um, Winning the world of oil and gas, he says, will be harder than many people realize.
Realize.
Governments are moving away from the energy source that our entire civilizations is built on hydrocarbons. That is not an easy task, he says. It is very important that the debate is based on energy realities.
Very good. Okay, thank you. Very good. Let's say, please, Gabby, please. Boy, I think Gabby is stuck over the computer. Okay, very good. Let's move to Rudy, please. Rudy, the first of those
I'm here.
realities is.
Yeah.
Sorry, Gabby. Sorry. Very good. Yes, Gabby, please. The first of those. Sorry, Gabby.
The first of those realities is demography by 2050. The world population is set to grow to 9 billion from about 6.8 billion today, while economic development lifts hundreds of millions out of poverty, enabling them to buy cars and fridge and air conditioner. That creates massive upward pressure on global energy demand, which keep business as usual policies will rise by 45% by 2030, according to the International Energy Agency, the Rich Country Watchdog.
Watchdog.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good, Gabby. Very good. Thank you. Good. Rudy, the second is effectiveness.
Yeah, the second is the effectiveness of hydrocarbons, oil, and gas as as energy sources that can be easily extracted, transported, stored, and used. Few of today's alternatives offer anything like as attractive a combination of characteristics. Mr. Lund's conclusion. You can see that planning to move away quickly from hydrocarbons is unrealistic. He does not deny the science of climate change and says there is an urgent need to respond to it, but he does want to stop the responses that he thinks will be counterproductive.
Very good. Thank you, thank you. Very good. Cristina? I think Cristina is back. The debate. Okay, no, I will leave for Cristina. Says, the debate is sometimes too simplistic and overstates the opportunity for quickly changing to a low carbon economy. He says, if we start a discussion of an unrealistic basis, we are less likely to make any real progress. The danger he highlights is of political driven support for particular energy technologies, which he argues will stifle innovation. Some people seem to believe that technology can be decided politically. It cannot, he says. Technology advances best when you have competitive companies working on concrete projects. That means setting a price for carbon, whether through a carbon tax or, as seems more politically feasible, an emission trade scheme, and letting industry respond freely to that price to come up with profitable solutions. Please, Daniel, oil and gas are finite resources.
Oil and gas are finite resources, and we should expect that over time they will become more expensive. So we should use them more carefully. Mr. Lund says we are going to be telling our customers to use less the products that we make. If Mr. Long is right about the transition being slow, however, there is still plenty of profit to be made from all traditional business. Its gas reserve in Norway and around the world can also play an important role as transition fuel, providing a lower carbon alternative to coal-fired power generation while other forms of energy are built up.
Exactly. So listen, my friends, my opinion about this reading is that it's true, okay? I don't know when it was written, but I think it's true, okay? So far we have really bad problems with global warming, okay? And the weather is becoming hotter and hotter each year thanks to carbon, okay? What's your opinion, Daniel, of global warming, Daniel? Do you think it's, some people say that it's false, but in my opinion, that is totally true because it's based on science. What's your opinion, Daniel?
In my opinion, we can feel all the effects of the global warming, right? You know, all the things, all the temperatures, and all the natural disasters that we are seeing right now. And I think that it has been more impact. All the natural disaster has more impact. It are strong and the floodings and all the stuff that we have been that we have seen. But I would like to know more about the all the kind of scenarios, because as I mentioned before, there is some kind of scenarios like looks great talking about green energies, but it is not so green, just like the electrical cars.
Yes.
That all the manufacturing of batteries, it is not so clean. And we are just thinking that we are not consuming more gas, but all the lithium and all the stuff that all the process to build a car, it is not 100% clean. So maybe there is something that we need to do, of course, and it is hard to understand why Mexico it is not in that position. It is not having that vision.
Exactly. That is a major problem, okay? Exactly. Good. Thank you. What about Jorge? What's your opinion, Jorge, of global warming, Jorge?
Yeah. Actually, I just remember one speech that Obama says years ago. It's like
Yes.
it goes like that. We are the first generation that we understand this problem, but we are the last generation that really can make something before. Uh, so that means that yeah, these days now we have to do something before that the issue can reverse. So
Exactly.
so yeah.
Exactly. Okay. And do you think that major countries are doing something, or they are just blindfolded to the problem?
Yeah, it's because in these days is that the oil industry has a lot of power these days, I think. So they will put like a roadblocks just uh to the people change to clean energy. So I don't know. So yeah, I think that the governments like cover their eyes.
Exactly. Yes. And that's what. Oh, okay. But what about Rudy? What's your opinion, Rudy, of global warming, Rudy?
Okay, I think we are gonna die.
Oh, come on, Rudy. In simple
Just
words,
kidding.
simple and plain words. Come on,
That
Rudy.
is for sure.
Oh,
That is
come
the
on.
Yeah.
only sure thing that we have in life.
Cruel, Rudy. Cruel.
Actually,
Okay, cruel.
actually, I think we are in a big problem because right now the renewable energies are very expensive, and actually here in Mexico, for example, we don't have the economy for that. You know, most of the people don't have much money for pay for those kind of energies, so for that reason, maybe could time a lot of time to change to renewable energies. So that is one point, and the second point is that a lot of people don't want to change the way of thinking. You know, it's like I don't want to do that because it's difficult to make the installation or things like that. Or for example, I have some friends that they say, "Oh, I don't care. I don't have kids," or things like that. No, yeah, and it is very it's a big problem because of that people. So we are people that we are trying to change that, but Also, there are a lot of people that want to change that.
Obviously, yes.
So,
Exactly. Oh, come on, Rudy. What about Gavin? Gavin, what's your opinion, Gavin? What about warming, Gavin?
I'm sorry, can you repeat the question, please?
What is your opinion of global warming?
I think it's a bigger problem, and every day we have more global warming because we use more. We made more contamination. For example, when I was a kid, like a lot of years ago,
Oh, come on, Gavin.
we,
I don't think
we
men a lot years ago, okay? Some years ago, okay? Some years ago.
starting with that, we didn't have or doesn't exist the I forgot the name, the fast fashion clothes.
Yes. Oh, yes,
How
like Shein.
they made, I think, like at least one. I forgot how to say tonelada.
A ton.
Yes, 1 ton every day. It's like, for example, they put on the market, I don't know, maybe 1,000 different design. And the next day, they put 2,000 more, and the count still goes and go on and go on. So,
Exactly, Gabby. Yes, I saw a documentary about that, Gabby, and yes, it's another big problem, okay?
yeah.
Very good, Gabby. Very good. Good. What about Christina? Christina, what is your opinion, Christina, of global warming, Christina?
That it's very real. I mean, like, personally, that I live the hurricane notice, and I have experienced hurricanes before. Nothing, nothing compares to this. It was very, I don't, yeah, very traumatic, and it destroyed the whole city in 4 hours. And I believe this is the part of that when you can see what it's global warming doing to
Exactly.
us. And I believe that besides that, that the ocean is gaining territory, and you can see it because I see some comments on people that said that, oh, the water is taking what it was theirs. But honestly, I have been living here for some years, and it wasn't like that. So I'm pretty sure that the water is taking land, and this is a proof that global warming it's a real thing.
It's a real and very serious stuff, okay?
Yes.
Okay, my friend. So thank you very much for being here today. Thank you, Rudy, Daniel, Jorge, Gabby, and Christina. See you in class. Please take care, okay? Thank you very much, okay? Thank you, my friend. So it was a pleasure to be here with you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye-bye. Thank you.